Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining for today's session brought to you by Skillemme. One moment. Um, yeah, sorry. We were just doing the LinkedIn live as well, so it's live on LinkedIn as well. So, good afternoon, everybody, once again, and thank you for joining in today's session. We are delighted to introduce Nadia Alfara, a seasoned leadership facilitator and coach with nearly 2 decades of global experience. So Nadia has worked with leading organizations like Boeing, Thomson Reuters, and Oracle, delivering over 200 workshops across 10 countries and coaching more than 1,000 professionals. She is a LinkedIn top voice in leadership development and is known for her powerful storytelling, mindset transformation, and purpose driven leadership work. And Nadia has been kind to do one more session with us. And thank you, Nadia, for that. And over to you.
Thank you, Patil. Okay, so we all set for setting and communicating goals. Hi, Shruti. Hi, Sunny.
Hi,
So,
Nadia.
yes, I think, okay, so just wanted to let's have some interaction. I wanted to open your chat box and share the emoji how you're feeling today. I go check the chat box. Swaroop, you can do the same. Okay, Patil says thumbs up. How about Shruti? Lovely. Okay. Sunny, good. Thank you. Okay, before we move into setting and communicating goals, we have a small puzzle here. So here is you are actually traveling to an offsite and helicopter loses power and makes an emergency landing deep in Amazon forest. The pilot manages a controlled crash, but the aircraft is damaged and beyond repair. You're approximately 40 miles from the nearest research station in dense jungle with a limited visibility beyond 20 meters. It's rainy, it's humid, it's also raining very heavily. The jungle is filled of river, dangerous wildlife, insects, poisonous plants. The pilot activated an emergency beacon before impact, but rescue could take 2 to 3 days or 2 to 4 days. There's some items which have been collected for you, which were found. These are the 10 items, 10 to 13 items which are found. There's a compass, mosquito nets, plastic trap, rope, first aid kit, chocolate bar. And Sunny and Shruti, I want you to pick up 3 items which are very important for you to survive for next 2 to 4 days. What are those items that you pick up? Let's do a quick chat, and I would love to hear. Or Sunny and Shruti, if you want to come on
Uh,
call and have a conversation, I'm good to hear. Go ahead.
I will choose compass.
Hmm?
Uh,
What is that? Shruti, say it again. Okay. What would you choose, Patil? Okay, so
Hi, Nadia. Shall I put everybody in mute mode and wherever
I want
required,
to
they
have a
can
conversation. Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah. So Sunny's going to choose compass. Okay, that's great. What about Shruti? What about Rajeshri?
Probably I will go in for first. What? A first aid kit.
First aid kit. Okay. You're going to survive for 2 to 3 days with first aid kit. Remember, you only have first aid. You can only pick up 3 items.
Oh, okay, okay. Hold on then. Hold on. Then I will take flashlight with extra batteries.
Okay, flashlights with extra batteries, and you're going to take first aid kit. And what is the third item that you're going to pick up? You can pick up 3 items. Okay, so you're going to pick up water bottles. So good. So
But
this is,
empty
yeah,
bottles.
empty bottles. Yeah, empty water
But,
bottles.
but what is the point of picking up empty bottles?
These are available, so you can pick up anything that you want. These are there. You can pick up 3 items.
Okay, I will pick up compass, signal flare, and chocolate bars.
Okay, compass, signal fare, and chocolate box. Okay, great. So I just wanted to bring this activity to you guys to talk about goal, and we have a list of items. And here's a psychology that we are so leaned towards picking the items first. Did you see that? We did, I or you had bare discussion, very less discussion on survival, how many miles, how far is it? I did not get any questions. I just asked questions with other 3 items that you pick up, and I really got the answer. And this is how our brain functions, and this is how it works. And it also happens in the real world. Then we get a goal, organization goal, which is moved top down, and we know the list that we are doing, and we are picking up the list. And very few times we have a question to our leaders, or we challenge status quo, or I'm talking about the people that whom you report, who report to you. Very few times that happens. And as a leader, it's very important that we bring the situation is this, and they ask questions. That's why I'm first turning down and introducing to the golden circle of Simon Sinek. I hope you're all aware of this. And the goal without why is just a task. In this activity that we just did, the goal was to survive. Survive for 3 to 4 days and pick up the items. But we were more leaned toward the task about what to pick up. So it's a very great tool that is introduced by Simon Sinek. Before we jump into setting goals, it's very important for the leader to revisit this 3 golden circles. Why? Start with why. I've seen in my experience in organizations today, we are overloaded with tasks, deadlines, matrix, deliverables, and whatnot. But the starting point for any leader, any team member should be why are we here? Why do we exist? Why do I exist in the organization? Why does our objective matters? When why is clear, goals become meaningful. And why is missing, it becomes a checklist. So it's very important for any leader to have why. Why is first thing that we want leaders to think about even before they start setting up the goals. Then comes what? I'm moving on to the last one when you see here. What speaks about what are we trying to achieve? What are we targeting? What do we need to do? What do we need to accomplish? I hear often from the leaders in my experience, hey, let's set goals. And the team starts writing their wish list, they start sending it to the leaders. That's great. Idea sounds good. But do they really connect to the organization? It is what matters. In my experience, I have seen a lot where managers ask, hey, what goals do you have for next year? But the goals of the organizations are not communicated. Why do we exist in the organization? Why does our team exist is not being communicated. So what? What is something that people need to look in and stop asking for the checklist? Task list from the people, which I feel, which overlaps with this set of 3 golden circles, because why is something that we need to start with. Why is kind of a conversation. And I've seen leaders having a conversation about with people which talks about why are we existing? Why are we here? Why is organization paying us? Why do we exist in the organization and what is the goal? Then we speak about behaviors. How is really important. What are we going to do? Why are we going to do? And then how are we going to do? How is just not the skills, how is more than the skills? How is the behaviors that are expected to be demonstrated? How is just not a competency, right? How is about the skill? How is about the behavior, strengths, motivation? How is the engine? In this way, people show up, the way they think, the way they push through the challenges. So here is a very great tool for you to start with your why. There's a picture. Okay, now you know your why. You have your North Star. And you have your team sailing in the boat. The purpose for you as a leader is to reach the destination, the North Star. And it all depends on the people who are actually sailing this boat. It's not about how to reach. It's about what do people need to reach the destination. Do they have right skills? Do they have right will? And you need to communicate them the destination that you need to reach, the way it matches their skill and will matrix. Now I'm going to introduce you, I'm sure you have all seen this, 4 quadrants. Now you have your goals, you have why. Now you need to communicate to people. Before you communicate to people, it's very important that you need to understand your people, who they are. 4 quadrants, skill and will. One size smart goals don't fit all. I think we all have experienced smart goals are in our HRMS system, in your workday, it's there in your conversation. Today, people talk about smart goals. Hey, where are smart goals? We need to remember as leaders, smart goals are good, no denial. Smart goals are a brilliant way to start. KPIs are great. OKRs are great. And does not fit all. You have different type of people in your team. There are people who are with high skill and high will. Smart goals matters, but they want a goal which they want to overachieve. Does smart goal give that? Maybe, may not. And you have people with high skill and high will and low skill. They are aspiring leaders. They are the bright stars. They are having so much motivation to learn more. And they need to be communicated in a different way. Remember, they have low skill. And there's a quadrant which is high skill and low will. These people are just not interested, completely disengaged. They can do a lot, but they don't want to do it. How do you communicate them? Smart goals, does it even matter to them? Not sure. Quadrant 4 with low will and low skill. These are guided learners. They need they need direction every step they move forward. And their roles needs to be reassessed. Will this fit? Maybe this may fit. So today's session, I'm going to take you through the models and frameworks which are beyond SMART goals. And that fits the skill and will quadrant. For high skill, I will. These are smart, talented people. Goals aren't, smart goals are just not enough. They need hard goals. Here is an acronym for HEART. Heartfelt, animated, required, and difficult. These are the people who are ready to rock and roll. They want the way that it has to be communicated. I've seen cases. Or you submit your goals, I'll make it smart. The conversation does not happen in a very inspiring way. Goals are there. When you don't inspire, it becomes informing. It's very important for you to inspire people based on Where do they stand in the Skillemme matrix? Here are hard goals, heartfelt. It has to be extra motivated. You need to put that energy and motivation. Here is an example. Lead the transformation of our AI capability because you're passionate about innovation and it impacts our customers too. They want to do something different every year. If they start repeating the same SMART goals, same task list, I think they are going to become high skill and low will very soon. They will just get down in the quadrant. For them, the goal needs to be animated. You need to picture. You need to start telling a story. Picture yourself presenting a breakthrough at an industry conference. I want you to stand in that industry conference and start talking about this product. I want you to demonstrate this to world. I want you to catalyst this to the entire organization. It has to be animated. Requirement needs to be clear. This is an initiative that needs to be done for Q3. They're not the people who may come and ask and report out every week, not required. And it has to be difficult and challenging. This is where the hard goals come in. And research shows that employees with hard goals who can vividly picture success have 49% highest engagement. And these are the people with high skill and high will. You need to keep them motivated. You need to give them the task that they have never done. You need to increase their capability. And you need to inspire them that there is something really great in this year for them to accomplish. So here is about hard goal. And now let's talk about people. Any questions? Okay, here is something that I'm going to introduce you. People with high skill but low will. High will, low skill. I'm sorry. The motivation is high. Can we all go on mute, Vikram? Okay. They're high in motivation. They're ready to go rock roll, but they don't have skills. Will SMART goals give them? Yes, SMART goals is good to start. But pack your SMART with packed goals. What is packed goals? Purposeful, actionable, continuous, and trackable. Remember, these people are not great at skill, but they have no fear. They can go and demonstrate their courage to accomplish, but they do not have the skill. So it's very important for them to have actionable roles which are broken down into pieces, which are purposeful, continuous. Each week, you call them, have a coaching. They don't need push. All you need to say is that, hey, let's connect every week or bi-weekly. And they're going to schedule a call with you, come to you and talk about the skill, talk about anything that is related to technical or functional. They don't need motivation. They don't need a push. They need a clear direction. This is purpose. This is your action. And I am here to support you. They need a cushion or they need a safety net to fall in because they have courage. They have psychological safety. They don't have fear. All they need is support system for them to learn the skills and continue. And you need to pack the goals. You want to have SMART goals? Absolutely fine. Add the packed goals. Purpose, develop into trusted advisor for a customer by mastering your consultative selling technique. I want you to do this. This is your area of development. I remember. So shadow them, give them support, be into some of the calls, give them coaching, and keep tracking so that the skill level comes high and the motivation is going to go much higher. So this is a packed plus smart for people who are very motivated but do not have much skill to perform the role. Then we have people, the will is low. absolutely disengaged, not interested. We don't know why they're not interested. They're not interested, could be because of a long tenure, could be do not feel safe. They do not have that psychological safety at work. They're disengaged. They are not connected, but they have skills. And this smart goals may stall. Whoop goal may drive moment because Whoop application will help your disengaged bring to high performance. They have skill. They don't need to be tracked. They need continuous training. All they need is motivation. So Whoop is something that you can use with your SMART goals because SMART is something that will not go or may not go. I am okay with the SMART plus Whoop. We need to blend it. Which is, what would make you excited? Excitement is missing. Engagement is missing. For them, conversations matter. Dictating, sending emails may not matter. They may say, I did not see. They may start blaming or complaining. Computer was not set up well and I did not receive the goals. So this is a conversation. You may also take them out for a coffee and do a Whoop. That is wish. What would make you excited coming together? What is something that you want to do this year? What is something that you want to, accomplish? Outcome. Give that picture. Hey, this is a project which is coming up, which I know you're interested, and it is completed. These are the outcomes. How did it change the daily experience? Talk to them. Talk to them about obstacles because they may get demotivated. If they see obstacles, be clear. There are going to be some challenges and obstacles. And have a plan. Plan. If this doesn't work, let's move to this. If this doesn't work, let's move to this so that they are engaged continuously. So this is a Whoop framework for motivational people who lack motivation. Let me get into another quadrant, which is low will, low skill. When capability and motivation is low, clear goals may provide clear direction. You can blend again with SMART, KPIs, OKRs. Just make sure you're using clear, either when you're communicating or even when you're writing the goals. So what is clear? It's collaborative. So these people have fear, disengaged, no skill. They want a partnership. They want a mentor. They want some working partner to start as a support system to work on project. Give them limited scope. Don't talk to them about next 8 months, 9 months. Or competencies which has a big range of 10 to 10, 12 competencies. Talk to them. I want you to focus on 1 core competencies or 2 core competencies during next 3 months. Build that emotional connection. Understand what are they actually looking for. Appreciate. They're low in skill, low in will. Remember, appreciation is non-negotiable. You need to appreciate all your high will, all 4 quadrants. Appreciation, every quadrant plus appreciation is important. But this has become a part of your goal setting because it's low will and low skill. You need to talk about the appreciable progress that we're going to make is we will track small goals. We will have daily moments. Are you okay to talk to me every other day and tell me what progress have you made? How do you proceed? What help do you need? And don't stick on to goals. Keep changing because I'm not asking you to change the goals, but the way that you want to work with them, adjust the plan weekly. What's working, what's not working. If they're not okay with mentoring, you can have them into training. If that is not, you can give them exposure to a project to work alone and see how it works. So you can change the plan. So these are the 4 quadrants. If does this make sense, give me thumbs up. Okay. Great. Sunny Patel Shruti, thank you. Have you all heard of Cinderella? You'll be thinking, why did Cinderella come to this goal setting or goal communicating session? Cinderella's story that we never forget. This is the only story that comes to my mind when I have to do a storytelling to little kids. Story is very impactful. Story is amazing. Every goal, it could be a goal or development plan, or you're communicating the, whys, what, hows. I think it has to be storytelling. People connect emotionally to stories. So I'm going to take you through the framework that you use a Cinderella kind of a story to embed into your goal setting and communicating goals. If you look at here, you have 5 act storytelling framework for goal setting. This is also called as Freytag pyramid. Number 1 here, which comes up in storytelling, is exposition, setting a stage. Like Cinderella's story, Cinderella was introduced, stepmother was introduced, father was introduced, stepsisters were introduced. Here you are introducing the context, people whom you're impacting. Bring everybody into the conversation, into your story. Who is going to be impacted in that particular year? Who are those characters? What situation? What context? Cinderella's story had a rising action. What was that? There was a royal announcement that was made, right? That disrupt her world and new possibility to emerge. So present your challenges to create urgency and meaning. And in Cinderella's story, the raising action was also that she found, there was an announcement that this is happening. There's a ball party happening, but she was not going. This was a challenges that she had to go. She was not allowed to wear what the stepsisters were came. So these are the challenges that you are going to talk to people about openly in a storytelling format. Then comes the climax. Then the fairy arrives with a fairy wand and she's dressed, she's moved to the party. Here is the transformation that happens when she's dancing with the prince. So here is the climax that you can blend your story to. Then comes her falling action. Oof, that comes, she loses her glass shoes. And consequences of action unfolded. And where the prince makes an announcement, hey, I'm going to marry the lady who fits into this glass shoe. This is something that you say about key actions, behaviors, and checkpoints for success. Then comes the resolution, which is like lives happy ever after. It's a goal. End with a future state, vision. Talk to them about, I want you to create a legacy. I want you to leave a legacy. Lead by example. Talk to them about those behaviors. So this is a storytelling arch that I wanted to introduce you. If you know Cinderella, if you want to glance Cinderella, please try to align every step of Cinderella's story when you are doing this goal communication, and do it in a very inspiring way. Storytelling. Be calm. Just make sure that you are also motivated while you are talking about these goals. Bang on 30 minutes. We covered how to set the goals, how do you communicate goals to different people in different teams, and also how do you inspire goals with storytelling. Okay, how did you find Sunny, Shruti, Vikram? Anything to share? Patil, do we have time?
Hi, Nava. So anybody want to share your thoughts? Any queries, questions you might have?
Any
You can
questions?
unmute yourselves. Okay. Are we good in that case?
Good.
Okay. So okay. So we have come to the end of the session. So thank you all for joining us today. on this session on goals with purpose. We hope the insight shared will help you align your goals with deeper meaning and create lasting impact. Special thanks to Nadia again for her inspiring guidance. We look forward to having you in upcoming planning sessions. Have a good day and good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sunny. Shruti, thank you for joining. Great. Okay.